Hello and welcome to part 9 of my video tutorial on how to make a browser game. It's been a while. I think it's been like a month. I've been super busy and I apologize for that. So what we got right now is, well, we got this. We can build stuff. That's it. And we have a couple of resources. So when I booted this up again, I just logged in and like that, and we just get to this message. I forgot to put like buttons to the town, so I thought like, what's this all I've done? But yeah, so you need to manually change that. So let's start by that. Let's just add a couple of buttons to our top.php here. So we can just say, yeah, if you're logged in, yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, let's just get a button to this town. That's good enough. I'm just gonna copy that, and we are gonna go to the page equals town. Let's call it my town, something like that. And if we go here and we refresh it, it doesn't look great, but we still have a button. Wait, why isn't that floated on the? Oh, we need class float, right? Yeah, maybe. Let's also add that, like that. I thought it would be underneath. Maybe we add a break. God damn it. So I just added 2 breaks. No, that doesn't work, really? Is this not a float, or? Oh, I put it outside, didn't I? Yeah, I put it outside. Let's just put this in account options, because why not? We'll redo this a bit later. Let's just put the button there, just so we can find where to. Yeah, so like that. Anyways, I thought we would kind of start over here, not start over, but if we let's just remove all of our buildings, because manually we can only do that, or right now we can only do that by manually removing them from our users row. No, not users, buildings. World, there we go. We called it world and not town, but I am fine with that. So I don't remember, it was supposed to be all blank. I don't think so. I think it was just like this. Let's see if that was correct. Yeah, it was. Alright, let's make sure we can still build. Yeah, we can. Alright, but we don't update this. But that's fine for now. We can build. Let's make a couple of buildings that actually make sense to have. Let's make a quarry for getting some stone. Let's say it has an income of 20. That's fine. Only income of stone, and the cost will be I don't know, what do you build out of? Let's say wood. Let's make wood our like base resource. So let's say it costs 200 wood. That's fine. And we should also get a. We should probably get a. Or maybe that should cost gold, and we can trade our other resources for gold. Maybe. Let's make a lumber yard, lumber mill. A lumber yard. That's fine. Let's give this one a 50 income of wood. Now, it's quite weird that the lumberyard will cost wood, because, well, I mean, using the same resource as it generates, but that's fine. Let's 300 wood. That's fine. Let's see. I don't remember how do we build this. If we click on something, oh wow, this is beautiful. We actually get them all. Haha. I am surprised at this. Ooh, we can build a lumberyard. Okay, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So what we are going to work on this episode is making the income work. And I thought we will make that in the same way as I as I'm like in my game, you have a gladiator. Every third minute, you get 33% or 1/3 of your health back, and I'm assuming this will be work in the same kind of way. So let's create a folder here. We can create it in the back end. We can call it let's call it updates, because this will update we'll put the files here that will update our users or their towns. Let's just call it update resources.php. And alright, so what do we actually want to do here? What we want to do is we want to look at each world. Right now we only have one. Let's assume another player also has a world. Oh, the ID is not. Oh, it's not automatic. Okay. Anyways, let's assume we have two worlds like this. So we want to take all of them one by one, and we want to look at number one. Which type of building is that? Does it have an income? If it does, then we will add that to the players. Where do I keep that kind of thing? It's not here. Oh, it's in the resources, right? To players' resources. So that's what we want to do. So let's do that. Easy peasy, right? So what I suggest that we do first is to fetch all of the buildings, because this way we are going to have to work with this data, so we are going to have to chop it up to see which buildings they have, and you don't want to do a query for each building, like which ID, like give me the income for ID 1, give me the income for ID 5, because you will do the same kind of queries many times. So we will get all of the buildings with all of their IDs, and then we can just, in the PHP code, we can just look, oh, we have number 5, yeah, that's 50 wood, that's this and this and this. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so let's start by fetching the buildings. So we'll use our database connection, of course, and I don't quite remember the syntax, so I'm just going to go into this file and let's just take this. Just copy this over and just edit this. That seems easier. So select everything from, and we can just take the buildings. So with this we will get all of the buildings. Easy peasy. Instead of results, we can actually call this one buildings, and we can just do, because I always love to do var dumps. I like it. It's a really easy way to wait, how do we then how do we run this file right now? You know what, let's start with let's just, for now, oh, this is also not going to work, because here let's do that later. I'm just going to put this in the pages for now, because then we can just update resources. Then we can just try it live like this. Alright, so we will get the resources like this. So we will have the IDs. We will have the IDs over here, and we will also have all of the income. Alright, so we have all of our building data. So let's go back and we can remove this. So we have all the buildings. So let's do a query for all of the. Let's see, what were they called? All of the buildings in the world, from world, and anything else. Player. Let's call this player worlds. Players world. No, player worlds. So we got all of them, and it's telling us we shouldn't use the same variables over and over again, but I think it's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a for loop here, and we're going to say for each world in player worlds. So we're going to do this once for each row. And is this not the syntax? World as player worlds, right? I think I'm used to like PowerShell or something. where it would be in instead of as. Anyways, so this means we will the first time we run this, it will world will be the first row. So world will be this one. Second time it will be this one. So let's just use that world, and we will say that we will first start by splitting player buildings. We can call it something like that, equals world buildings. Oh, and we're actually going to explode this. Explode like that. So with this, we will get an array, because we will split it up on the commas. So we'll get an array with 9 elements. 1 0 5 0 0 0 0 0 0. And now we will do a for each loop of the player buildings. Let's call it building as. I'm writing this backwards. So player worlds as world, and player buildings as building. Sorry about that, but that should be fine. So we can just start by saying if building not equals 1, I think it was 1, I mean 0, sorry, because a 0 is going to be a, I think we need to use that one. 0 is no building, so we don't need to cycle through that. So if the building is not equal to 0, then we will look in the buildings. I think this is, they're called all buildings, because this is quite confusing with the names here. So we will look in the all buildings. I wonder if we can do this in a smarter way. For now, let's do it in a stupid way. So for all buildings as come on, what are we gonna call this? Let's call it building info. And these names are fucking stupid. But still, I hope you're understanding what I'm doing here. So if building info equals building, we actually need to say building info.id, because if you look here, what we are trying to match is this ID. So we'll just cycle through these. So what we actually want to do is to we want to replace this. So instead of this being the first element or the 0 element, we want to switch it to the ID. But I'm not 100% sure on how to do that right now, so let's do it this way. So if the building ID is the same as building, then we will do something. And we will also break the loop, because we don't need to. We have already found our building. We don't need to go through the rest of these. So this break will break this loop, not this one. So before we get here, let's define. Let's see, for each player worlds as a world, let's define them here. Let's say wood income equals 0. Stone income equals 0. What else do we have? We have, I know we have gold. We have something else. Copper? Iron income equals 0. And finally, gold income equals 0. And then we'll just increase these, because we will do these for each world. So, how are we going to do this in a good way? I guess we can do this. I think we can only. I think we can just do like this. It will probably be the easiest way. So if we find the building that we are looking for, so if you look here, then we are just going to add these numbers. We will add the income gold of 50. And so instead of typing these out, we just plus equals building info and income wood. So just like that. And we'll do the same for all of these. income stone, small s for some reason, income iron, and income gold, like that. So then we break. So let's see if we got this correct. So let's just do down here when we have gone through this for one world. Let's print out that echo. Let's see, world ID. We'll get these this as income, something like that, just to see if it works before we do anything else. Echo wood income, echo wood income BR. Wood, stone, iron, and finally gold. So I copy these. Come on. Like that. Let's run this again. Yeah. So 13, we'll get this as an income. 100 wood, 50 stone, gold, iron, and number 1 gets a lot more. And let's remove that from our buildings. We will just set these to oh, didn't mean to set them as null. I thought 0 was the default for these. All right. So now the only thing we get is from the quarry and the lumber yard. So not sure why we got that sound. So yeah, we can see that 13 he will get 50 wood and 1 will get 100 wood. Is that correct? So that means number 13 should have 1 lumberyard and the other one should have 2. Yeah, that's correct. Oh, none of them have a... well, just to see if we can just go to my town and we can build a quarry. Let's build 2 quarries and the lumberyard. Oh, you can't afford it. Cannot afford it because it costs 300 wood, I think. Oh, the quarry costed 200. Okay, so we have 1 wood left. Cool. So let's see if update resources. Yeah, we'll get 60 stone. Sweet. Awesome. All right. Perfect. And now, of course, instead of just typing this out, we will just use a we will just insert these values into our user. Awesome. So let's do that. Let's find out how to do that because I don't remember. Or not remember, but it's. I mean, why not just look how we have done it before? Update resources. Oh, this is exactly what we want, isn't it? So this is when we are paying. I'm just going to take the same code here and update resources. Set wood. New currency cost wood. So here, same as before, or same as in our PHP code, we can actually just add values to these. I'm not sure if we can add it this way, but I know we can do that. I'm not sure if we can use a plus equals. Let's try it. I think it should be fine. Of course, we need to change these variables here, but whoops. So where the wood income, the stone income, iron, finally gold, and the ID we can just have the world ID, and we need to remove those. I think this is gonna work. I'm not 100% sure on this query here, but let's see if it works. I mean, worst case we get an error. Let's try update. Nothing. So let's see. We have 1 wood, and we should get 50. And we updated, and it's obviously not working. Wonder why. So let's just echo out this SQL query, see what it looks like. Maybe it's the plus equals? I'm not sure. I thought we would get an error here, but... So let's try to, instead of plus equals, let's write it like this. Okay, let's see if that's better. There we go. Yeah, that's better. See, it's working. Update, update, update. Oh yeah, I'm rich. Perfect. So now we can build some more stuff, and we can just fill our screen with... Oh right, that costs like 300. I could afford one. So I was gonna say, let's just build all of them. There we go. Lumberyard, lumberyard, lumberyard. Perfect. Still have 500. Woo! 3,000. Cool. So yeah, this is working. It's not very pretty, this weird for each loop. So one more time, yes, I might have explained this pretty badly, but I hope not. We cycle through each world, the string with 9 different numbers. So we cycle through them, we chop them up over here. So they are 9 separate elements inside the array we call player buildings. Then we cycle through each and every one of them. So in this example, we will start with number 1. So number 1, that will be building. And we'd say, oh, it's not 0. Okay, cool. So let's look here. So let's look in all buildings. So that's all of these. Let's see if this number equals to 1. And yeah, this one. Cool. So let's just add our income, gold, stone, wood, and iron. Of course, that's 0 on all of them, but that's fine. I mean, 0 plus 0, it's 0. So it's fine. It's no problem to adding them all up. So yeah, this is working. Cool. And this is all we need for now. I mean, it's fairly simple, but this is all we need. So we can move this back to backend updates, just so our users cannot go here and just update it as they want, because that wouldn't work very well. So what we will do instead is usually you will have something called cron jobs, or in Windows, I guess you can use the schedule task to run these. Let's say we want to give our players once every 30 minutes. Then we will run this PHP file every 30 minutes. And usually you will host on Linux, but you can also do it on Windows. To see how this works, we can just start our task scheduler like this. So Windows has this. There's a lot of stuff. A VPN, something with OneDrive. I don't know. Let's just create a basic task. I've never done this, by the way, but it should work fine. Update resources. Let's just call it like that. And yeah, daily, sure, that's fine. Okay, let's back one step. Let's just say one time for now, and I think we can change this later. Yeah, let's hit start now, that's fine. Start a program, yeah, that's what we want. So what we want to start, the program we want to start is the PHP. Let's see, 5.6 or 7. Which one are we running? It doesn't really matter, I guess. I mean, we are not using any specific functions that are only in PHP 7. Let's just go with this one. So if we just say we want to run the php.exe file and add arguments, yeah, what do we want to run? We want to run this specific file, update resources. So let's see, that should be in the same place here. I'm not 100% sure what this is. So give me a second here and we're going to find it. I'm doing this on my other screen. Sorry about that. It is over here for me in the BAM64 www browser game backend updates. And we will just update resources.php. I wonder if this is going to work. I am really not sure. Open the properties dialog. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, a really nice name for my computer. I never bothered to rename my computer. So let's see. I think we have a yeah, triggers, because I think we can set this to reoccur. Yeah, repeat task every. Can we change this? Every 1 minute for a duration of indefinitely. Indefinitely. Oh, I cannot read. Infinitely is what I wanted to say, but maybe that's not proper English. And let's just say, I think 1 time is fine. I think this is just when it starts, and then we'll just repeat it. So that's gonna be fine. And like that. Task is not yet run. We can actually force this to run. Let's just look at our current wood. We have 3,301. Let's just force this one to run. There we go. It didn't work. I really thought this would work, but maybe it doesn't. Let's see, what am I missing here? Because I am very sure we can do this if we just open the CMD and we just go to this one. Oh, come on! I don't know what it's. Let's see, WAMP, www, no, bin. Oh, PHP. Oh, there we go. It ran. PHP dot. Wait, that's not what it's called? Really? I really thought it was. Oh, right, so if we just go to this folder, and we just run the php.exe, and then we say which file we want to run, which is update resources.php. Oh, I see. So it is running. It is running, but I forgot to do one really important thing. This db variable, we don't know this here. When we open the pages over here, we are going through the index file. Because we use this variable here, page equals town, or like we did before, page equals update resources. That's why I put it in the pages, because then we will use the index file to get there. And in the index file, we are actually including the connection file. So what we can do is, it's still popping up every once a minute. So what we can do is just to include this file in the update resources. Now this is not very pretty, and if you were to move the files around, you would need to change this. But for now, let's do this. We will go up 1 step, we'll go up 2 steps, right? I think it's 2 steps, like so, and then get the system connection one. Because in this file, we are declaring the db variable. We're setting up the connection to our database. So let's see if this works. Let's see if we just update here. We are still on 3301. Our PHP file should run soon, but let's try to force it to run like that. Now let's go back. No, it's still not working. Okay, but that's fine because we have it here. We can just try to run this. Okay, we couldn't find the connection file. So did I go up 1 step too much? So 1, 2. That should be it, right? Okay, so it did take a while. I cut a bit of this video because I was having real big problems with this. So apparently the problem with this is that when you try to run this, it cannot open the file because the path is not correct anymore. It will interpret this as the folder right here. I haven't found a good solution for this. So for now, let's just to see to make sure that this is working, we can actually just hard code this. We can just hard code this connection file to the system connection. Oh, while testing, I made a different connection one as well, and let's put this one in the updates. So I was just messing around with it a bit. I couldn't find a good solution. This solution, extremely ugly. It will, however, work. So for now, let's just go with this. So if we run this, in the update folder, then you can see that things will happen. So I ran it a few times, and now we have more wood. I did actually suspend this because it was bugging me. Once a minute it was coming up. So let's just run this one, and we have 5,000. So in a minute we are gonna, this is gonna increase to, I don't know, 5,200, whatever we get, because the scheduled task will run. But this is one way to do it. If you're on Linux, you use cron jobs instead, which is, it's just pretty much the same thing as far as I know, as the task scheduler, but it's not a GUI. It's not graphical. Oh, there we go. It ran. Let's see. There we go. 5,300. So yeah, sorry about this. We had lots of. I'm actually gonna turn this off. Disable. I don't want that popping up every minute. So for now, let's just leave it like this. It works. If we move things around, it's not going to work. If we move our project somewhere else, this has to be edited. So it's not optional. It's not optimal, but it is working, and we can leave it like that. So yeah, that's it. We can buy stuff. We will gain some resources for it, so we can buy more stuff. And that's it for now. So let's continue this in the next episode. I think I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of planning then, because this episode was quite a mess. Let's just clean up. Let's just remove all of these echoes. I mean, they don't hurt anyone because no one can reach this file. Like from the internet, no one can reach this. Because they can go to our index file, and our pager function can get them to backend pages. But we hard coded this, so they can only reach these two pages, the stown functions and the account options. So it should be fine. So that's it. Very little code this episode. I think this is everything, right? Yeah, we didn't make anything else. We added a few entries into our database as well, but that's it. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and take care.